My name is Colette Burnett, and I'm the CEO and owner of Super Wings. Beside me is co-owner Edwin James. Super Wings is a concept that is a Caribbean wing place that we specialize in island-flavored wings. Super Wings has been in business now 5 years. We opened up on September 1st, 2009. Well, we thought that the community first would want a brand that would cater to the Caribbean flavors, but also to kind of show that it is possible for us to fuse wings, something that is so popular and common in American food, with our Caribbean roots and our Caribbean flavors. So it was really important to us that our flavors were each unique, and they were all essentially built out of a love for the Caribbean and the island life, but also just wanting to showcase our culture and show others who have not been familiar with those flavors what that's like. So between ourselves, we came up with several recipes, and my mom got in and helped with creating those recipes, and now we're here today. The feedback so far has been pretty wonderful. We have had an outpouring of support both from the Caribbean community and those from not the Caribbean community. So we've seen people as far as from Massachusetts, any state you could think of, have visited us, as well as we've been featured on just about every channel from Food Network, the cooking channel, several times, as well as the local channels, Channel 7, Channel 5, Channel 11. It's really been one of the most, I think, amazing experiences to really be embraced by the community in the way that we have. I think it has been our particular blessing to be recognized in the way that we have, being featured on the Food Network, especially within the first year of being open, was really more than anything our dreaming it up consistently, because at home we would watch the Food Network and we would say if Bobby Flay would show up, we would kick his butt. And it turned out that when we opened up our store, we kept watching the Food Network, and every time he would show up at a different location, challenging people at their best, we would say if he would show up at Super Wings, it would be off the chain. And he did. At 8 months, we after winning the Best Wings in Brooklyn contest when we were 5 months old, we were featured in, it was Marty Markowitz's Brooklyn paper. And it was a little blurb that had a picture of us having won the Best Wings in Brooklyn contest. And apparently the Food Network does its scanning, and they found us. And that's how we ended up on the Food Network. So we've never been very, we haven't had to go out and seek those opportunities. I believe what's important is that we are excellent every day, consistently, that our product stays excellent so that whomever comes, be it the Food Network or our next door neighbor, our local customer, they should get something excellent every time. And that has worked for us in much better than even I can say any other PR opportunity may have. It's really about day-to-day, this team, their commitment to excellence and making sure that our product is as good as it can possibly be.
Well, the ads came about when we saw the other ads on the bus, and we was wondering how could we get ourselves on that bus. So, we did some calls, and then we found out how to go about doing it. And I said, great idea, let's do it. We're not exposed enough to other people to know about what we're doing with the wings. So Bus Ad was one of the great ideas for us to get on so that people could see us who haven't seen us.
Well, currently we have, upon looking at the statistics, it's about 25% of our new customers that have been coming in as a result of the Bus Ad. We started the Bus Ad in January, and now we're here in August, and it has been consistently, of our new customers, about 25%. So yeah, I would say it was a really excellent opportunity to do some marketing outside of the box for a small business. So for small businesses, generally, you don't see many of us featured on the bus. But because specifically we are on our Utica Avenue thoroughfare on the 46 is the second most traveled bus in the New York City. So we thought it an excellent opportunity to get in front of as many eyes as possible and see how we can get the best return on our investment. So far, so good. Well, it's a two-edged sword, because if you don't market, how do people know you're here? but it costs money to market, so where do you get the money from? So if you don't get the people in the door to begin with, how would you pay for that ad? Because I would say that that's the main challenge that most businesses would have to doing a marketing campaign such as that. It does cost a pretty penny to do so. And in order to decide whether or not that is a viable option, sometimes it just isn't because it's too cost prohibitive. But then also, if we don't do that, then the impact is also felt by us not marketing enough. So it's really a balance and finding whether or not that balance is right for your company. It took us 5 years to get here, and it is with consistent reinvestment into our business that has allowed us to do that. So to know that it took all of that time and effort to be able to do a marketing campaign at that level, that's what it takes. And I think understanding that you need to do that as well is another hurdle to cross. So some of it is in our understanding around what marketing is and how it impacts us. But it also is that we need to really pay attention to what our return on investment is for all the avenues that we take. So if it's social media, if it's on the bus ad, if it's flyers that we're handing out, what is that returning to us? And if we're not, even sponsorships at events that we may be seen at, we must look at what that return is. And if that return is not consistent with what you should be getting for what you put into it, then it's only common sense that you don't do it again. You move on to another avenue of marketing, see something that would work for you. So for us, it was really trial and error, testing different things out, and really working towards that goal of getting our small business on the bus.
Well, with the menu, every day we work on type of sauces. We made a promise to try and bring out a new sauce every year or so. That's how we come up with 14 flavors so far. I love making sauces. It's part of my daily routine, that I enjoy to put in sauces together, It's straight off the top of my head, and don't even need measurement no more. Just quick. We have a new sauce that we have launched. It's called Soaker. We're about to relaunch it for the Carnival, which is this month coming. So, every day something new, something fresh. And we try and keep the customers satisfied with the food. We believe in fresh, good quality, good taste, and, keep the customers satisfied. We don't only do wings. A lot of people think that all we have available is wings. We also have fish, shrimp, and tofu available for the vegetarian. We also have different sides, which is also vegetarian. We have like the spinach bite, the chickpea spreader, the zucchini bite. You have also sweet potatoes, potato wedges, also have fried plantains. The fish, you can get it fried, and you can also get any one of those flavors on the fish. Same go with the shrimp. We also have a seafood combo. We get fish and shrimp. And we also have a deluxe combo for those who just can't make a decision. You can get fish, shrimp, and wing in that combo. People go crazy because, some people think it's just wing. When they hear, you got fish, let me have one of that.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
And then that it could be in any of the flavors that we have the wings in. That also is really something, because the tamarind on the fish or the ginger buff on the fish is as delicious. Pineapple jerk is off the chain on the fish. So it really depends on what the person's flavor is, and they don't have to really choose or lose any of the flavorings if it's something that they don't eat. If wings is not something that they eat, then they can definitely get those flavors on fish.
And for those who's not any meat eaters at all, we have tofu available. It could also be in any one of the flavors that they choose. We have tofu, and it comes along with the salad. We also have fresh mango salad, pineapple salad, and we also have a corn salad. All those are fresh fruits. Everything is prepped every day. Everything is fresh. Nothing's left over.
We sell everything. What we do is our brand is particularly careful about freshness. We wanted to make sure that people understand that food doesn't have to be unhealthy for it to taste good. So much of our sauces, all of our salads, all of our sides are made each day. We bring in supplies into our institution. As we bring into the store, it's sold within 24 hours of it being in. We also have a process that we actually know how long it is from when the chicken has been killed to it being on your plate, because we buy as fresh as we possibly can. So we don't use frozen products. It's important because of the texture of the meat. Our wings are never frozen, and it's always fried exactly within vegetable oils, non-saturated, as required by New York City. But we also pay particular attention to what our food tastes like. So there's never any type of, aftertaste in any of what our products, simply because we pay extreme attention to the freshness of all of our ingredients. So it is that during Lent it goes crazy with fish. So even though a lot of our customers still don't know that we have fish, when Lent comes around and they want that flavor, we get quite an influx of customers coming in for fish. But it's quite possible because I'm seeing also a trend towards much more and more healthy options in all of our communities. And specifically in Crown Heights, our location in Crown Heights here, we've seen an uptick in how many people order the tofu options and the fish options we have.
And at Utica, we have different type of choices of fish available. We have snapper, we have kingfish, you also have the swai, which is fried. You know, this snapper and kingfish is done in so many ways. Sometimes it's fried, it's steamed, it's stewed.
In 5 years' time, when we first opened the store, which was 5 years ago, we had in mind a franchise. We saw ourselves in every single country, different islands, specifically on the beaches and so on, to really showcase Caribbean culture and Caribbean food and flavors everywhere that we are. That is still our dream. And so we have been putting that in place for the past 5 years as well. And so we are hoping to launch our new franchise somewhere in early 2015. And it is that we have had a lot of interest in the brand, a lot of people who have indicated that they would love to buy in once the franchise is available. But first we must take the steps to make sure that we have a very, very strong brand. One that when we find franchisees who decide that they would like to invest with us, it would be an investment that they see great return with. So it was important to us that we build a very, very strong brand, one that could sustain through all types of economies. And it was probably one of the biggest blessings to open our business in the midst of one of the worst economies the U.S. has seen, because it required us to really think about how we can save money, use our resources well. Those things we would have as a part of our franchise packet, so that our franchisees now will gain from those experiences that has allowed us to sustain through this very tough time. So for us, as far and as wide as possible, but in as solid and excellent a way that when you walk into it, wherever it is, if it's in Singapore or on Jamaica in Negril, it would be as consistently awesome, so excellent that you would know that it is as good when you come to New York as if you have it in China somewhere. I believe it to be one of our true blessings that we have been able to, as part of our relationship, find strengths within this business that we would not have known that each other had we not ventured into this business together. Edwin started out in hospitality in Trinidad, and I started out in finance. So it's a great pairing now that we are in a restaurant business, because he understands parts of this business that I will never understand because he's just worked in it so long. And I'm more of the financial and business type, so it has allowed us to really find synergy. I think for me, personally, it would be impossible. And I say that with not likely at all. It would have been impossible to sustain as long as we have, unless we had each other, that when the times got difficult or the other one could not, we would each pick up. And I recently had the pleasure of being awarded on our behalf 7 times in one night. And it was overwhelming because the understanding that a relationship such as ours could either do 2 things. It can either deflate when we're in the midst of the stresses, or it can build us stronger. That it has allowed us to really be able to forge a stronger relationship and push through the toughest times. I think that's been one of our biggest blessings, so I'm grateful for it. I am.
You know, with business and relationship, it is a tough place to be at times. You know, there are many times that we butt heads. You know, each one try to be a stronger head, but you know, at the end of the day, you know, it's all business, and you just got to get it done. And you know, to please the customers, make sure employees right and business run right. At the end of the day, it's all about business. When we go home, everything is rushed off. That's it.
Right? Yeah, because it's finding that balance. Because I think sometimes the challenge, really, if you were to ask, if I were to be absolutely honest, it's how do you turn off the business side. So because you have so many ideas and so many things are moving always, you're always having some challenge that you need to figure out what's the solution. Being able to turn off, figure out when that time is, and do it consistently as well. Be as consistent about turning off and getting back to what is the relationship and the love that we share. That has been the challenge, to figure out what that balance is. But the figuring it out has been pretty fun, and also being honest about that.
I would like to say what's up to, first of all, supporting customers. If it was for the customers, we want to be in business. You know, we do all this for you guys. You know, give us the love as we always appreciate it. You know, we have everything on the menu that you like, and we add more as we go about along. As you open more locations, there'll be more choices, you know.
I'd like to say what's up to the Super Wings team. This is, I believe, the best team in Brooklyn. I do not want anyone sending me emails to say anything other than that. But I believe our team to be the best team ever. So Super Wings' team, being able to rely on them every single day for every customer that comes in the door, that's invaluable. So what's up?
Well, first of all, my relationship with Colette and Edwin first. Both my wife, Dr. Ida, and we have adopted them as an addition to the family. But also, they have been members of the Caribbean American Chamber of Commerce for an industry for almost a decade. And I remembered when I came from the hospital, when I had my stroke in 2008, the first set of entrepreneurs that I received at my home was Colette, who actually met me while I was laying in my bed, and she talked to me about opening up this restaurant. And I thought it was, at that time, a good idea, even though I know the risks that she has to take. And when she brought Edwin along and they both talked about their vision, I knew definitely that this enterprise was going to succeed.